Metal Army America welcomes in Michael Gilbert of Flotsam and Jetsam. Michael, thanks for spending some time with us.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks, man. So, the band is working on their new record right now, Ugly Noise, and using Pledge Music as a platform to release and fund the record. What made you guys decide to take this approach?
There's a couple of reasons. I guess the main thing is just trying to get away from like the big corporation record label. I don't know. It's just we wanted to get away from the big record labels and bring the music to the fans. We wanted to kind of go back old school, I guess you could say, where the independent labels would bring the music directly to the fans. It seems like it didn't seem like it was a corporate thing. It wasn't big money that was involved in it. It was more, I guess you could say, more intimate environment, I guess. And I think Pledge brings that because the fans they're pledging the money to do it. So they're basically buying a download and supporting the band before the record comes out. So it just eliminates the middleman, which is the big corporation record labels who are taking money for free from people. They're taking money from the fans. They're taking money from the bands. So I think it's a win-win situation for us, and then we get our music directly to our fans, too.
Awesome. And I know you guys are offering some terrific incentives for supporters. What are some of the levels of incentives that you guys are offering to fans?
What we're doing, if you go on Pledge, pledgemusic.com, you can sign up, and you become a member, and you'll be eligible to make the incentives that you're talking about. You'll be able to purchase, or you can just look through them, glance through them if you like them. At the very minimum, if you pledge $10, you'll get a download of the record, which is, $10 is going to be iTunes or any place else is basically what you're going to get a record for anyway. But in addition to that, you're going to get, you can get flyers, like old original flyers from back, 1985, 1987. You can get autographed copies of the CD, hard copy CD. You can get posters. You can get T-shirts. Becoming a member of Pledge, you'll be eligible to purchase special incentives like a Pledge T-shirt, which is only going to be available for Pledge members. And after Pledge stops running, after our campaign stops running on Pledge, that won't be available anymore. It's only eligible for those members.
Cool. It sounds like some pretty exclusive stuff, depending on how much somebody chooses to pledge, which is pretty awesome.
Yes, and you can definitely. It just depends on what you want to do and what you're comfortable with. And we're finding out that people are, as our campaign is going and people are looking into it, people are starting to become familiar and more comfortable with pledging. It seems like more realistic for people, I guess, as they look into it. So I urge people to check it out. If not for us, even other bands that are doing it right now. There's a lot of bands that are doing it.
Awesome. And what made you guys choose Pledge when you decided to embark on this over, say, Kickstarter?
We really didn't choose over that. I mean, Pledge was like the first option for us, and it sounded great to us from the get-go. So we just kind of stuck with that. And because we're old school, we really didn't look into a lot of the other stuff. I guess this is an up-and-coming thing. There's going to be other companies doing the same type of thing. Other platforms, I guess I should say. That's a better word, doing the same thing. But to be honest with you, I didn't even know about that when we signed on the Pledge. Pledge sounded like a great deal to me, so I was like, yeah, I'm in on that.
Nice. It seems to be working out so far. So once you guys started the campaign, what's the progress on the recording so far?
Right now, we are, I would say, if you want to put a percentage on it, I would say 90% done with pre-production. So what we do after pre-production is we take all the tunes. Everybody makes a list of how they want changes to be made. We get together as a band and we make changes on the songs from what we've done, the writing we've done up till right now, and we try to fine tune everything. So when the Pledge campaign is done, our songs will be ready to record. We'll have the rehearsals under our belts, and we'll just be full on ready to do the recording.
Cool. And I was also going to ask, I know you're back in the band a short span of time after a long break. Is it different for you this time around? The writing process, just kind of the band vibe?
Yeah, I'm the chief songwriter for the band as far as musically, So for me, doing a lot of music analysis and stuff like that, I have a very different approach. I've worked with Newsted on a few songs, with Jason Newsted, and he's given me some tips about some things and opened my view up towards how I look at music and how I want fans to perceive it, or how I want listeners to perceive what the points I'm trying to make. And sometimes, when you get involved in writing a song, it's very difficult to step outside that box and see what it would be like as a listener, So, I almost get like the biased opinion because I'm sitting behind my recording studio desk and listening to this and listening to that, and pretty soon it just sounds it all might sound great to me, but I'm open to the outside opinions of a new listener going, hey, that part doesn't sound quite right here. And just me listening to it so many times, I might not recognize that because I get the dead ear, I guess you could say that for lack of a better word, it'd be the dead ear, I guess.
Cool. It must have been pretty awesome to have Jason come back in, an original member, come in and work on some stuff with you guys, huh?
Oh yeah, he's great. He's very passionate about music, So when I called him and talked to him, and I just wanted him to help out with some lyrical stuff, and then he heard some of the music I was writing and said, dude, man, I'd like to write more with you and do some more collaborations. And of course, I'm open to that because he's a great songwriter too. I'm not sure like everything that he got to do in Metallica, if he was restrained a little bit. Not sure about all that sort of stuff, but as far as with me, anytime he wants to write with me, he's got full reins and he's got absolute say-so in everything that happens. It's 50-50 relationship, as it would be with Eric Kincaid, our singer, our guitar player, writing music with us, or Kelly, our drummer,
Cool. I think people are going to be really excited about that when they hear that Jason helped out on this record. And, speaking of kind of the old school vibe and the throwback, how would you characterize the sound of the record? The band has gone through some changes over the years, but I think the fan base is obviously, from the campaign, proven still very loyal. How would you characterize the sound of the song so far?
Like, what do you mean? Like, put it in a genre?
Yeah, just kind of compared to older albums, older Flotsam and Jetsam, other influences. How's the music coming along? How would you say?
It's probably the most mature it's ever been. But if you want to classify it, like, as close to any other record that we've ever done, it was probably going to be close to Drift. Like, if we were to make a record right after Drift, which was our fifth record, this Ugly Noise would be the next one with this lineup,
Awesome. Drift was badass. I'd love to hear some more stuff like that.
Yeah, we had a lot of time to write Drift, and same thing with Quattro too. We had a lot of time to really tone in what we were trying to do, and same with right now too. We don't want to release anything premature. Like, we're not going to release something that I'm okay with that. We're going to be spot on, 100% positive. Man, this is what we want to release. This is what we're trying to say, and and that comes along with the maturity of it too.
Cool, man. Cool. That sounds great. I just have a couple more questions for you. Again, Michael Gilbert, I appreciate your time. Does the band at all, or you, or just in general, do you guys look at the other sort of legacy American thrash bands and the success they're having these days, like an Exodus, a Testament, an Anthrax, and Overkill, and kind of look at their success and hope you guys can use that as a yardstick for this record?
Absolutely. I actually saw Slayer last night, and I was thinking, I'm sitting on the side of the stage watching these guys at Mayhem, and I'm going, these guys have stuck to their guns since day one, and they've been successful about it. It's paid off. for them, and they're playing what's true to their heart and what they believe in. And look at what it does. You know, it's just proof that if you stick to something and you believe in it, you know, eventually you're going to get the satisfaction and payoff that you're looking for it. And you know, and I'm not saying that Flotsam and Jetsam has never got that payoff or anything like that, because God knows I have. You know, we've done so many cool stuff, so much cool stuff, and played so many cool shows, been all over the world, and you know, we've seen so many fans, and it's awesome. You know, you can't really ask for any more than that. You know.
Awesome, man. Awesome. It's good to hear. And also, so we're hoping to get the record, I think you said, done by the end of the year. And then I suspect you guys will hit the road and bring the music out to the fans, right? It's been a while.
Absolutely, yeah. We are trying to schedule some European dates right now for December. And we're hoping to get done with our recording before, you know, we're pushing for late October is what we're looking for right now, you know. So if all goes well and our schedule stays on point, you know, if we stay on schedule with everything, we'll have something out late October, and then hit the road, hopefully for the next year. I'm hoping, man.
Awesome, man. That sounds great. And just kind of a last question, because I've got you here. I got to ask. I think back to the '80s and the heyday of, you know, the early American thrash metal, and I think of albums like Doomsday for the Deceiver, which I think was hit the 25-year-old mark last year. And now you're back in the band, and there's new music coming. Do you have any memories from back in that time when everything was kind of new and the genre was kind of gaining steam, and that record was kind of, you know, one of the high water marks, certainly in my mind, for the time? Do you have any special memories from back then to share?
Oh man, I can't even tell you how many just things that I remember from everything that has happened. It was a whirlwind back then, and things happened so quickly. You know, we went from making a record on Metal Blade to all of a sudden we're doing tours with Megadeth, you know, and it was just kind of like, what is going on? You know, what are we doing? This is a trip. How did this happen? How did we get here? You know, special memories. The Megadeth tour, we did the Peace Cells tour, and that was like, you know, I hear Megadeth songs these days, and you know, they're playing Peace Cells on the radio. And, you know, the power of music and what it can do to you when you hear something that you haven't heard in a long time. It brings, you know, you get like chills, you know, brings you back. It just brings you back, you know. So whenever I hear something off the Peace Cells record, it brings me back to all these tours and all this time that we spent back with Megadeth. And, oh man, it was super fun, you know.
Awesome, man. That's a great recollection. Thanks for sharing that with us. Once again, I got to say thank you for checking in with us. Michael Gilbert of Flotsam and Jetsam checking in with us, and I hope to be here that new record toward the end of the year, and can't wait to see you guys out on the road, too.
Keith, thank you so much, man. Thank you.
My pleasure, man. Thanks, and take care.